Hello, my name is Wayne Elias and I'm Director of Software Development at Stillwater's Revival Books. In this video series, I will present a collection of tutorials on the SWRB KnowledgeBase, the companion search and research study software application for the SWRB Puritan hard drive. In this introductory video, I will present something of a whirlwind tour of the software to allow you to visualize how the KnowledgeBase will turbocharge your study and utilization of the more than 12,500 resources that comprise the SWRB Puritan hard drive collection. For the purpose of illustration, let's assume I am embarking on a study of the 17th and 18th century Scottish Puritan divines, beginning with the works of Thomas Boston. Let's begin by launching a new search from the top level menu, clicking on New Search and then Start New Search. We're presented with the search screen. That's a tabbed interface with a myriad of options for locating resources on the hard drive. We can search by author name, category, title, description, notes that we may have previously attached to the resource in earlier sessions, PDF sets of resources that are predefined for your convenience in the KnowledgeBase, and a keyword or phrase that may be contained in the more than 1,500 searchable PDF resources that have both embedded and appended indices. So let's go ahead and search for author. Click on the Select Author from List. We get this interface here of the nearly 800 authors. Click on the B for Boston. Scroll down. Click on the name, Thomas Boston. The search box gets populated. And we click on the search buttons. And almost instantaneously, we're given a search results screen containing 72 resources. Now, this search results screen is one of the main screens that you'll be working with while in the KnowledgeBase. Here we have a scrollable list of all the resources authored by Thomas Boston, and we can easily scroll through them to look at them. We can enlarge the window as we please, and we get a wealth of information on the resource contained in a relatively compact space. Now, in just looking through, scrolling through here, I noticed that there are a number of MP3 audiobooks that have come up, and it seems that for our purposes, I don't need audiobooks, so I'd like to go ahead and exclude those from the list. I need only go up to the Exclude section here, click on MP3, and 27 resources, MP3 resources, have been removed instantaneously from the list. Now I have 45 resources remaining. Let's quickly look at some of the information that's provided here on the scrollable list. We have file details, the description of the book, keywords. Let's see, not all these have keywords. Keywords here. Categories for the resource. Matching resource category signatures, which is a concept unique to this KnowledgeBase and which we will discuss in a future video. And result sets and result set lists that may contain this resource but haven't been defined as yet. And then last, any notes that we may have attached to the resource. In looking at the categories, I see that they cover a pretty wide range of topics. And let's say, again, for a purpose of illustration, I'm interested primarily in Boston's works touching on evangelism. So what I can do is I can then narrow this list and confine it only to those books that have among their categories salvation, evangelism, which is in the category salvation and evangelism. To do this, I go to the search button here in the header, go to category, select salvation and evangelism, and execute the search. Now, I could have pulled up all the resources by that are classified as, under salvation and evangelism, and create a new list, replacing what's already here. I could add those resources to this list, and what I actually want to do is to limit what's already here to just those resources that are on this list that have the category salvation and evangelism. And by clicking on the limit button, I get the message that I have removed 35 resources from the search results set, and I'm now left with 10 results. And if you look down as I scroll, you'll see that each one of these works has salvation and evangelism among its categories. Now, as a point of interest, you've seen that it's taken me essentially 3 searches to get to this 10 resource list. However, I could have done that in one search screen by using the search by multiple fields and by entering in particular fields. Let's see how that would work. I'll go ahead and launch a new search and use the search by multiple fields. Here I can add the author, Thomas Boston. I could type it in as well, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'd rather click. And since I want to restrict it to a particular category, salvation and evangelism, I click on salvation and evangelism. And since I only wanted PDFs, I can go down to media type, and instead of any media type, which is the default, which gives you every resource, whether it's a PDF, an MP3 audio file, or a WMV or MP4 video file, I can go ahead and restrict it to PDFs alone. Now I can launch the search, and as you see, with just that one search screen, I was able to pull up exactly the same list that took 3 successive searches to do the same thing. Now, how you use the interface will be entirely up to you. The one thing you need to understand in using the search by multiple fields, and again, this will be dealt with in much more detail in future videos, is that each piece of data that you enter in for searching must match in order for a particular resource to be selected. So we highly recommend that when you use the search by multiple field screen, you put in only the information that you have a reasonable expectation of matching the resources that you want. Otherwise, you can do it incrementally and get more accurate results, because if any one of those piece of information you've put in the search by multiple field screen does not match, then the resource will not be pulled up at all. But since you have the ability to do successive searches using the same base, instead of having to go out to the database each time and doing a new search, you're able to drill down and get exactly what you're looking for, even if it takes a number of steps.